the chat. It is going to be a great day today. And so my name is Jessica Pierce. I am the CEO and founder of Career Connectors, and we are honored and thrilled to be able to host these hiring events. And today we're really focused on the business and professional administration industry. And so you're going to get a lot of information today around companies hiring, some resources, and actual networking directly with hiring companies. So for the first hour, we're really going to go into the companies, and then you're going to be able to network during our breakout sessions. And so as you are talking in the chat today, we are our companies will be responding in the chat, and we will be responding in the chat. But what I would love to see is maybe drop in there something you feel like either you're stuck on or that's a hurdle or something as you're looking for your next job. What is something that you're really trying to overcome? And so any kind of hurdles or things that you support you need, what are you struggling with as you are looking for your next position? Drop that in the chat, and then we'll address some of those in just a little bit. So again, good morning, good morning. Also, if you haven't put your name in there, and if you haven't put in where you're joining us from and your industry you want to work in, also go ahead and put that in the chat. So thanks again for being here today. And a little bit about Career Connectors. We are a nonprofit organization. We are based out of Arizona. So the companies that are here all have some presence in Arizona. Either they have full-time in-person jobs in Arizona, or many of them have remote positions for all over. And so that's why we open up these events to a national audience. And so we are a nonprofit serving people, helping you get jobs. We know that the way to uplift a community is by having people that have great jobs. And so we empower you and provide resources and information so that you can move forward in your job search. I remember when I was laid off, gosh, it's been a while now, 17, 18 years ago. And I just remember like, what? I don't really know what to do. And so because I had a background in hiring and recruiting, I was able to kind of move forward. I actually decided to launch a business, and I was in the staffing and recruiting world. But after the Great Recession came, and this is like 15 years ago now, my business closed, and I was looking around, and so many of my friends had been impacted by the Great Recession, not having a clue how to move forward. And so what I did is I was like, hey, at least I can offer some resources. I can offer people to help with a resume. And so that's how we got started as Career Connectors. And so if you're feeling frozen right now, if you're not sure of a next step because maybe you've never been in this position, or you're just not sure what to do next, we're here to help. And this is one of the ways, by bringing the companies in. We also host monthly events that do provide the resources. So actual resume guidance, or we have one coming up on artificial intelligence and how to utilize that in your job search. We have one coming up on LinkedIn specifically. And so those are the resource events. So this one's really a hiring event that we're bringing to you. And so a little bit on the technology side, if on the bottom of your screen, if you need to have closed captioning, that's available to you. But if you haven't found the chat button yet, that's on the bottom of your screen if you're on a laptop or a computer. And just click chat and it'll open up. And I see that we are getting a ton of responses. Thank you guys for engaging. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for dropping in your biggest hurdle. We're going to be able to address some of those and talk about them or provide resources to you. And so go ahead and make sure you guys are connected on the chat. And then I would recommend for you to look at this event through what's called speaker view. And so if you're on a computer, the top right of your screen, there should be a button that says view. If you click on that button, speaker view is available. Speaker view allows us to see the PowerPoint and also the person speaking next to each other. And so that will help you put a face to a name on who is presenting. And so I would encourage you to go ahead and have speaker view up. And that is really going to be the best way to control this. If you're on a phone, sometimes the chat and also the view is available there's like 3 dots, or sometimes it says more. Usually it's in there. Also, as far as your name goes, we would love to see your name, at least your first name. If you want your first and last, that's awesome also, because that even helps the hiring companies understand if they email you, they'll see they met you from this event. It helps recognize your name. So if you like Michelle Ellison, thank you, from Santan Valley. Michelle has her full name there. So if you don't have your full name, you can do that by just going to on the right side of your screen again, usually, not always, but on the right side of your screen, you will see the videos of all the people. And you should see a video of me talking right now, and then you'll see other videos. In that box, there are 3 little dots. And if you click on the 3 little dots, you can see the word rename. And if you click rename, then that will allow you to put a different name in there. And so go ahead and put your full name in there, and go ahead and change that so that we can see who you are. Okay, sorry, I was just getting something set up there. Okay, also, at the end of the call today, oh, thank you, Kathleen. You can also pull up the participants list and change your name there. So if you have that up, participants is on the bottom. You can click on that and you can change your name over there. There's a little drop down that says more, and you can change your name in that. So that's another option. Good one. I forgot about that one. Stay engaged throughout the whole event. I would love for you all to attend the breakout sessions at the end. And the breakout sessions are a time when you can network with the companies. So when they're talking, I want you to make sure you're taking notes. You have questions you can ask them. If there's a specific job that you want to follow up on, then you can ask them at that point. So and you can go from breakout room to breakout room. So I want to make sure that you get time to do that. And so stay on till the end of the call. I say end of the call. It'll be about 10:30. So hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half is when we'll go into breakout sessions. Okay. I think I'm all set up now. All right. So here is our agenda today. And these are all the companies that are presenting. I'm going to do just a few minutes on an overview of this industry. And then we're going to go into the presentations. Each company is going to speak for 3 to 5 minutes about their company, talk a little bit about their jobs and culture, and tell you how to apply. And then we'll go on to the next company. And so they will each go for 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll go to the breakout sessions at the end of the call. All right, so and also companies will likely be dropping in the chat direct links to their job boards. So make sure when you are, when you're taking notes and stuff, you don't miss that, because those links can go directly to their job board. Now, as far as this call, we are recording this call. You probably heard it when you came in. After the call, you will get an email that has a link directly back to this webinar. And so you can go back and watch it. So if you don't get everything written down that you wanted to, or you heard something that you want to go back and hear again, know that you can go back and listen to this call again. One question we always get is, can I save the chat? And at this time, we do not have that feature because we've had a privacy breach in it previously when we allowed people to copy and paste the chat. And so if you are dropping in your LinkedIn URL or you are dropping in a URL, it needs to be clickable so that people can go directly to it. Like Carol just dropped her LinkedIn URL in. And so if you want to, and Letha did also. So if you want to connect with them, which I encourage you to do, it's all about connecting, then I would encourage you to click on those links and connect with each other. And LinkedIn is such a great resource for that. So, all right, let me dive into this industry. I just want to spend a few minutes giving you guys an overview of the business and professional administration job market. And I'm going to talk national a little bit, and I'm going to talk Arizona a little bit. Again, because we are based in Arizona, this is we're really connected into the governor's office here and the Arizona at Work programs. But we do have a national audience, so I wanted to provide information on both. First of all, a little bit on the unemployment market. We have seen a little increase, especially from a national perspective. We're around 4% right now. Arizona, and this number was as of April, 3.6. The May number was released. It just wasn't out on the reports yet, and it's at 3.9, so it did go up a little bit. Or actually it's at 4.0 national, it's 3.9 in Arizona. So we have seen, you know, the unemployment going up, and we've seen an increase in layoffs. And so that's for all jobs, not just for this industry. However, it is still a job seekers market. And so currently, nationally, there's over 8 million job openings, and there's 6.6 million people unemployed. So that's one of the metrics that tells us, are we looking at a candidate market, or are we looking at a job employer market? And because there is more job openings than there are people unemployed, then we call it a job seekers market. Now, I know once you start digging into that data, that story might be a little bit different. I'm not digging deep into the data. That's just the overview. But I do want you to understand that jobs are out there, and especially in this industry. This is a growing industry. And so you can see on this information here, and this one is specific to Arizona. You can see the change in the market. We are growing in this industry. So last year, this industry got hit a little bit where we were losing some jobs, and now it has created momentum. And when we say this industry, I'm going to talk about it in just a second, but this industry is interesting to me. And when we first started doing these programs 2.5 years ago, these industry-focused events, when this was one that people were talking about, I was like, are you sure that's an industry? Because that hits every business and every company. You can't run a business without some of the administrative and professional support. And it based on Bureau of Labor Statistics, this is an industry in itself. And so they do the metrics. So if you want to dig into the numbers more, you can go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS.gov, and get more information specific to your actual role, because this industry is wide and deep. There's a lot of options here, a lot of different opportunities. For Arizona, OEO, the Office of Economic Opportunity, does a really good job of pulling reports together. So you can go to OEO, I think it's OEO.gov, but OEO, Office of Economic Opportunity. And hey, Joey or someone on my team, will you pull the link directly to OEO and the workforce reports and drop it in the chat? But you can go there and you can dig in, and they do reports every month that tells you what industries are hiring and what jobs are hiring. You know, there's which area has an increase, average wages. So they have done it in a really easy to read format. The BLS national, that data is out there. It's just kind of hard to navigate. So that's why I'm telling you, Arizona folks, go to OEO, and nationally, anybody can go to our website, the Arizona website, and get information. And likely your state has something similar. So you can look up your governor's office and see who is supporting the governor's office in your state, and these reports should be out there. So in front of you right now is some examples of salaries, average salaries for people in this industry. So when the percentages across the top are usually based on experience, education, and so in education, depending on the requirements of the job. So for example, somebody who is an HR specialist, if they're coming out of college or they're brand new in the industry, they're likely going to start around the 42.9 area. That, you know, that they say that's the first 10%, and then it goes up from there, depending on how many years of experience you have once you're in the industry is what those metrics are based on. And so if you've been an HR specialist for many years, then you could be, I don't know, make sure you're zoomed or you're muted, please. If you're an HR specialist for many years in a company, you're growing with the company, then you can be on that high end where it says 90%. So that's kind of the guideline for wages. Again, you can get this at bls.gov. You can also go out to salary.com. You can look at Glassdoor. All of those sites will have some of this information. And so when you go into an interview, when you go into apply for a job, if the salary is not posted, you can at least come in with some data for the dreaded, what salary do you need question. So I just wanted to offer that information as an overview. There is a QR code to my information, so LinkedIn and then the Career Connectors information. If you want to scan that, I would love to connect with you. And I do a lot of conversations through LinkedIn. I don't have a lot of time for one-on-one meetings, but I do like to answer questions in LinkedIn. Also, we have a lot of events, and I'm teaching a whole bunch of workshops right now as well. So there's a couple of other ways we can connect if you would like. But thanks for being here today. We are so excited to have you. And we're going to have some really good companies now. And remember, get out your paper and pen or your phone or whatever you take notes with, because we're going to start with our first speaker. And there is a lot of content here and a lot of questions are going to be answered, but I want you to make sure you're ready for when you go into the breakout rooms. So let's start with Achieve. Kevin Morris is a senior recruiter. Thank you for kicking us off, Kevin.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kevin Morris, and I'm a recruiter here at Achieve. And if you're not, and I'm speaking to you from our offices in Tempe, Arizona. If you're not familiar with us, Achieve is a fintech. We're a technology-driven consumer finance company. We have just under 3,000 employees, and we have 2 brick and mortar locations. Um, we have our headquarters in the Silicon Valley in San Mateo, California, and then we have a small campus in Tempe, Arizona, which, as I said, this is where I'm located. But we hire in about 25 states across the country. And we hire a range of people. We hire tech people, finance people, um, customer service, sales, compliance, loan servicing, marketing. There's a wide range of people that we hire. On the next slide, we have our value propositions for employees. And you'll see that they're achieve growth, achieve well-being, achieve belonging, and achieve impact. I want to talk for a minute about achieve growth, if I can, and share a little story with you. Short story. This one is really important. We have a heavy focus on helping our employees with internal mobility and career pathing once they're with our company. We place a high premium on professional development, and our managers work very closely with our employees to help them get to where they want to go. And I'll tell you from personal experience, this was very meaningful to me because I was once with a company for 13 years and I liked the company. I enjoyed working there and I stayed 13 years. But there was one time during the 13 years that I was there, I asked about another role that I knew that was open. And I was told, no, Kevin, we need you where you're at. And in one way I was flattered, but in another way I was a little bit disappointed. And I'll tell you something, here at Achieve, you never hear that from our managers. I've never heard that from our hiring managers. They're always trying to promote their direct reports and trying to help them get to where they want to go. So that's something that's very important to us here, is career pathing and internal mobility within the company. On the next slide, you'll see a few of our open roles right now. We have a lending and compliance and risk officer role open. We're looking for a collection supervisor. I am the recruiter on the digital acquisition copywriter role in our marketing department. But I would suggest, and if you look on the next slide, you'll see some ways to stay in touch with us. But our career site is careers.achieve.com. And I recommend to people, if you're in an active job search, take a look at our website every week or two and, put in the keywords for the type of role that you're looking for, because we're always posting new things. And then it's very easy to use. We have a very nice career site, and it's a good way to make sure you're staying on top of what we have open. So again, it's my privilege to share a couple minutes with you this morning, and I'll be in the breakout room later on.
Thank you, Kevin. We have loved working with Achieve over the years. You guys really do have the culture that you talk about. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. You
Sure.
guys can talk to Kevin during the breakout sessions as well. So I would love to introduce you to Noemi Maldonado, and she is a Director of Talent Acquisition for ADP. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Jessica. I'm really excited to be here today. My name is Noemi Maldonado, and as Jessica shared, I'm Director of Talent Acquisition here at ADP. I wanted to give you a little bit of insight to our organization. I'm going to take a few minutes to share who we are and what a great place it is to work here at ADP. We are actually headquartered in Roseland, New Jersey, but we do have offices globally. We have a local office located in Tempe, Arizona. And in addition, we are a global leader in human resources technology. So if you're wondering what kind of organization we are, it's a little bit of a meld between HR, technology. We offer the latest AI and machine learning enhancements for payroll, tax, human resources, benefits, and much, much more. This year, we're actually celebrating 75 years. So we're really, really excited about that. We were established in 1949, and today we are serving over 1 million customers and clients across 140 different countries. We do have about 60,000 associates globally. And a few additional important stats I'd like to share that's on this slide. We pay 1 in every 6 workers globally, which is a really big number because there's a lot of people that rely on us. And we also care about our community, which is a reflection that you see on our core values. Our social responsibility is very close and dear to us. We are supporting over 1,500 charitable initiatives worldwide. On the next slide, I want to just showcase so why ADP? Why work with us? We are a leading company within our industry, but it's not just the accolades that we're fortunate to be recipients of. It's also really the amazing culture that we created here at ADP. There's a QR code on this particular slide. I encourage you, if you have your cell phones, I'll have a couple of QR codes, but definitely take out your phone and scan that QR code. That way you can learn a little bit more and you can see a little bit more of this information on our website. On our next slide, I wanted just to highlight some of the benefits that we offer here at ADP. It's just a really quick overview. We do love to create opportunities for advancements. We have career pathing, ongoing training available as well. One of the things that I really, even on a personal level, enjoy is educational assistance. I'm taking advantage of that myself right now. I'm in school and the company is paying for my courses. So this is something that a lot of people take advantage of. We even offer free coaching for college if you want to go back to school, tutoring, and all these really great opportunities. We also care about our associates' well-being. So we offer great benefits to help them achieve optimal health. But in addition to that, we have on site in some of our locations, an actual gym. We have a doctor on site, free health, right? Where if you're going to the doctor, you can just go right downstairs to the office, visit the doctor. You don't have to pay. So that's a really, really great service available to some of our locations. And then we also love to encourage the volunteer opportunities for our associates. So we have what we call volunteer time off. So we pay our associates to be out in the community to volunteer and spread those great things, right? So just supporting on initiatives in the community, whether it's helping a local charity or a national charity, we are able to provide those as benefits for associates to take the time to do that. And then lastly, I wanted to close with this last slide. This is just a very tiny fraction of the types of jobs that we offer at ADP. So we have different roles within corporate, client support. We offer leadership opportunities, sales opportunities. If you go onto this QR code, it'll take you directly to our career page that will have all of the open positions that we offer, not just in Tempe, but because we're global, you'll be able to do a search for all of the positions within the US and also outside of the US. I'll be joining a breakout room soon with my colleague Jen Riley. She's in here. Shout out to you, Jen. She'll be looking at the chat as well to help answer any questions that you all might have. But I look forward to meeting some of you that decide to pop into our breakout room. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Noemi. So can you tell us, I do have a couple questions. You guys have like 1,200-ish jobs open right now. Is that right?
Correct.
Yes. And then are some of them remote?
Not necessarily. There might be some that are remote, but for the most part, we do have a hybrid office model. So most of our job, I would say 95% of our jobs that we have posted are going to be in office. However, we have offices all over. So I'm certain that those of you that are joining that might not be local to Tempe will probably find an office location nearby.
Oh, fantastic. Great. And so you guys will just, if you in the chat, if you could drop your job board again, and then people can go look directly to see if there's one close to them. And I know me and my team appreciate you and our payroll that we get every other week. So
yes,
thanks so much.
Very welcome. Thank you for being our customer, Jessica.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. All right, so moving on now. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to go to the Arizona Department of Economic Security. Anthony Vallone, he is an HR supervisor. Thank you. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you, Jessica. Welcome, everyone. So my name is Anthony Vallone. I am a human resources supervisor with the Department of Economic Security. So the Department of Economic Security is the second largest state agency here in Arizona. We have about 11,000 employees. We operate about 40 offices throughout the state. And we are Arizona's agency for human services. All of the divisions, which I'll go through in a moment, they are in the business of providing various public assistance service and benefits to the citizens here of Arizona. Our goal is to, help Arizonans reach their potential through temporary assistance for those in need and care for the vulnerable. So as a state agency, we are broken down into 5 major divisions. The Division of Developmental Disabilities assists Arizonans who have a qualifying developmental disability, as well as they run state-sponsored disability group homes. The Division of Benefits and Medical Eligibility administers Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, the SNAP program, and develops eligibility for medical assistance. We have a Division of Aging and Adult Services that investigates reports of abuse and neglect of vulnerable and incapacitated adults. Our Child Support Services Division helps locate absent parents and enforces court orders. And lastly, our Division of Employment and Rehabilitation Services administers employment and rehabilitation programs throughout Arizona. And the reason why I wanted to touch upon these various divisions is because, many people who are on this call might, be interested in, contributing to the growth and benefit of the citizens in Arizona. And here at DES, we offer a broad spectrum of ways to do it. When you work for the state, it's not always about dollars and cents. It's about, providing the best service that you can for the people, who need it the most here in Arizona. So that's who we are as an agency. We have about 11,000 employees and counting. Not only do we, offer human services, but in our next slide, if we can move along to that slide, you will see that, as an organization, while we're involved in human services, we have basically more than 1,700 different types of job opportunities. Because within our agency, we also have, our operations divisions, our business and finance divisions, as well as our human resource divisions and many, many other divisions like the Division of Technology Services, our Office of Professional Development, which implements our training. We have, divisions that strictly focus on volunteering services and things of that nature. So there's the potential for job mobility and career advancement within a single employer. Everything from, customer service roles to, marketing, training, project management. DES has it all. And when you work for the state, again, it's a real work-life balance. We're extremely stable. Of course, state entities don't go out of business. We rarely, have layoffs due to downturns in the economy. So you could feel confident that when you come to work for the state, it's a place where you can have a very long and prosperous career. We are a veteran-friendly employer. Over the last few years, we've been moving forward with a veterans initiative to hire as many military veterans as we can. And so, as an organization, again, if caring for people is what you're interested in, DES is the place for you. As a state employee, you will be offered as many benefits as any of the largest, corporations in America have to offer. In addition to health and wellness benefits, we have tuition reimbursement assistance over $5,000 a year. We have paid parental leave, which we just implemented as well as a new benefits for employees. And so, EAP programs, really anything that anyone, would need from a benefits perspective. And on the next slide is some of my contact information, which I'll share in the chat. Again, I'll be in a breakout room with everybody else. So, please feel free to join me. We're going to review our job board, look at some positions. I'm going to show people how to apply. Applying for the state is an extremely easy process. I know how it is for job seekers. Sometimes it could be very labor intensive and time consuming to apply for positions. But if you join me in the breakout room, I'll show you how applying for many positions within the state, take, 5-minute tops. So I want to thank you again for letting me speak. I want to wish everyone the best of their luck in their job searches. And thank you to Career Connectors.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anthony. I was reading in the chat as we were going along, and let's see, somebody was talking about, Laura Rummel was talking about when she became unemployed in the services she was able to obtain from DES and how grateful she was for that. And I mimicked that. Our family went through a really hard time 15 years ago in the Great Recession, and we were able to get some services. And so I don't think people understand what the Department of Economic Security, the really all the value you bring and to our state and how we can get support when we need it. So thank you. If you really care about people and want to make an impact, this is a great organization and part of our government entity. Anthony, do you guys offer remote positions?
Yes, we do. A high percentage of our positions are remote in nature or hybrid remote, which may require somebody to come in maybe once or twice a week. It's very flexible, but a very high percentage of our positions are remote. But we also have in-person positions as well for those people that may, want to transition away from, working remotely and want to be in that, high energy work environment, surrounded by people. So we have a broad range of positions and, really, the state of Arizona is so flexible. Even those individuals that may be on a hybrid remote schedule, they could still come into the office, at their leisure, and work out of some of our hoteling stations. So there's a lot of flexibility, both remotely and in office.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here today.
Thank
You'll
you.
see a lot of comments in the chat, so jump on over there and talk to some people. All right. I also want to talk about something else being talked about in the chat is LinkedIn. Please drop in your LinkedIn URL if you haven't. And it's really important that when you drop that in to connect with people, that it's blue and clickable. And so I'm going to drop the instructions in the chat on how to do that. But basically, you go out to your LinkedIn profile, and the URL in the search bar is your LinkedIn. And so you can see Latanya just did it. Marianne dropped hers. Anthony has his in there. Alan, thank you. So drop your LinkedIn. And the purpose of this is that we want to connect with each other. We're not in person right now, today. And so we want to connect. Career Connectors is all about connections. We know that networking is the way to go. So I want to introduce you to our next speaker. Vanessa McHugh is here today. She is the HR recruiter with ADOT. Welcome, Vanessa.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having us. So I'm with the Arizona Department of Transportation. I'll be coming up here in about 4 years with the agency. So a quick glance at kind of who we are and what we do. You can kind of see right here. So our mission is we provide highway infrastructure and transportation services. Obviously, we're the Department of Transportation, but what I like to know is there is so much more to us. We have all of these positions, obviously, which is why we're here for business and professional administration, while we have our engineers and our construction laborers that are out doing the highways and all of the bridges and stuff. We have all of the teams that also support them. So we have a large amount of jobs, behind the scene that are in our offices and administration. Our vision is to safely connect people and empower our economy here in Arizona. And then our values, the biggest thing is we really just want to be easy to work with. We want to be collaborative and really results focused, which is important to us. And then on the left here, just a little bit about ADOT. So obviously, as I mentioned, a huge component is operating, building the highway systems. I know you see us out there. We also maintain bridges. A cool thing is we also operate the Grand Canyon Airport and get a lot of opportunities out there as well. We actually provide housing or a stipend for those housing opportunities out there. And then a large component as well is our MVD offices, and it takes a lot of team members to operate those MVD offices. We currently employ a little bit over 3,500. I think it's even higher now. And we are one of the higher or the larger state agencies as well. DES obviously has a seat, as Anthony mentioned before me, but we should be about the third largest state agency. Next slide, please. So these are just a couple of our opportunities. I believe when I logged on this morning, we have, I want to say 21 openings. I always recommend check back frequently. Our system, the state system, does, I think, update every 15 minutes. So we are opening and closing jobs every day. I actually have a couple that are coming through the pipeline right now. We just posted, I want to say, even a compliance coordinator position as well. So these are a few that you'll see right now. Our biggest one I like to touch on is our MVD customer service rep positions. Obviously, the state of Arizona, we have MVD offices all over. So you can imagine the amount of positions we post for these. These are really great positions to get your foot in the door with the state. They are entry level. We do provide on-the-job training and, work with you. We want to see, obviously, anyone that comes on board with ADOT, we want to train you and get you and see you move up. We definitely offer a lot of opportunities for that. We do a lot of on-the-job training. We offer also different classes and stuff to take as well. So there's a lot of opportunity here with ADOT. I know it was just touched on before me with DES, but one of the great things about working with the state that I love to highlight is really stability. I've been here a couple of years. There's a lot of different opportunities. I've seen a lot of growth within our team as well. People are moving up or even moving to different state agencies. We offer wonderful benefits. We have a pension, which is wonderful as well. So the best way to apply to our jobs is to go to azstatejobs.gov/home. You'll click on the current opportunities at the top, and then for us, you'll select specifically the Department of Transportation. All of our openings that we have available are going to be listed there. We always post the close date as well, so make sure you do pay attention to that. Once the job closes, you won't see it on our site anymore, but if it does reopen, we don't fill it, we will repost it. I also post our jobs on LinkedIn, Indeed, and various job boards, so you can always reach out that way as well. And then there's my contact information. I am best reached by email. I do attend a lot of events and I'm out in the field a lot. So if you email me, I always have my work phone or my computer on me, but I'm here to help. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I look forward to seeing you all in the breakout rooms.
Fantastic. Thank you. ADOT is so fun. You guys, I know you have really cool signs, and I think your signs had to change, but they were really, really neat for a while. So on our freeways,
we have some fun ones. Yes.
So you guys ran some contests. That was fun. Yep. So it seems like ADOT is probably a pretty interesting and fun place to work. Some great people over there. So thanks again for being with us.
Thanks, Jessica.
Right. We are going to move over to Aston Carter, and you're going to hear from a couple people at Aston, and I want you to make sure you understand that they are a staffing agency. They're going to talk a little bit about that, and I encourage all of you to build relationships with a couple staffing firms because they are on the front end of recruitment. They know what's coming before any of the rest of us do. And so I would encourage you to lock and load here, really listen to what's going on, and you're going to hear some great information and some great jobs. So I'd like to introduce you to Martina Hanna and Sophia Kundrik. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. My name here is Sophia Kundrik. I have been with Aston Carter for the past 2 years, and I am a lead recruiter.
And I'm Martina Hanna. I've been in this space for just shy of 6 months, and I'm excited to be sitting here next to one of our top talent recruiters in our Tempe office.
So a little bit about Aston Carter. We are a talent solution company. So not only are we able to provide staffing to our clients as well, but what we're able to do is also provide internal recruiting, any HR. So if a client is looking to outsource their health benefits, their payroll, their onboarding needs, that is something that we are able to take on as well. Or if a client is looking to get a solutions play, which means that we're able to help build out an entire team for them, a whole department from entry-level positions to director level, and everything in between, we are able to help with that as well. So both Martina and I actually sit outside of our Tempe office, but we are global. So we are in almost every state, and we are also in countries as well, different countries.
Yeah. And we oversee a lot of the administrative corporate function roles, as well as accounting and finance. So within that accounting and finance spaces, there's lots of different, entry level positions going into play there. And then some of our clients include U-Haul, Boeing. We partner with Stealth. We have Tiff and Bosco as well as one of our partners. So when it comes to culture, I mean, you see different kinds of cultures from different clients. And what we seek to understand is mainly what you as a candidate are looking for in that space to find the best fit for you for one of our clients, and just kind of be like that matchmaker, and having lots of that market intel and things like that. Yeah.
Next slide, please.
And here's kind of just an overview of what we do, some of the roles that we do support, and we have a ton of clients that in that space. But again, accounting and finance. So we oversee accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, some positions that come our way as business analyst, finance and payroll and such. And then with corporate functions, we have a lot of the administrative assistants, a lot of HR, TA, executive assistants, in the procurement supply chain world as well. And then here's our website of how you can apply, as well as you can always submit your resumes over to our top recruiters, Sophie and our partner, Sarah, and their emails are right there.
And just a little side note too, a lot of these positions, we have different positions throughout the valley. So anywhere in Tempe, from Glendale, even in Flagstaff. So throughout Arizona, a lot of them are going to be on site, but we do have a handful as well that are hybrid. What we are seeing in the market is a lot of positions are moving away from that remote and going into a hybrid. So just to kind of give a little overview there as well.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, ladies. Really appreciate it. And so there's the contact information and for the recruiters and the account managers. And again, they're regularly dropping in the chat their information. And so make sure you connect with them and they'll be available in the breakout rooms. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. All right, we are going to move on now to the Arizona Department of Public Safety, DPS. And we have two troopers with us today, Trooper Wybron and Rolly. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us. So we are troopers with the Arizona Department of Public Safety. We are a premier law enforcement agency. We currently have 300 openings in the state. We're actually working on getting our next class in October filled with 50 recruits. So we're hiring for our cadet trooper position right now. Some of the positions we have within our agency are going to be within motorcycle patrol, state gang task force, and criminal investigations. I'd like to just kind of point out, I'm reading in the chat as we're going along today and hearing Jessica talk. I noticed that a lot of people are posting that they're interested in jobs in customer service or sales. And I think a lot of people don't think that becoming a police officer, ultimately our job is still customer service, just in a different role. I have background, and I know Casey does as well, with customer service. So the great thing about working with our agency is you are more than just a badge. You are bringing all of that life experience with you, whether it be your customer service role, your sales role, and your education and different backgrounds. And that's what's so great about our agency is we really are a family, and we work a lot with other agencies to include state, federal, other local partners. So you really do get to meet a lot of different people and build relationships and serve the community, but you also get to serve other agencies as well. So it's a very rewarding thing to be here and be able to come to work every day and wear a uniform. On the next slide, you're going to see a QR code, which is going to have information also on there about our department and some of the things we offer. Our cadet trooper position begins at $65,382. We are on a 9-step program, so at 9 years, you're going to max out at $91,601. With that, you also have medical, dental, vision, tuition reimbursement. You have a take-home vehicle, so your shift starts in your driveway, ends in your driveway. And then we have employee assistance programs that are offered as well to ensure that we're all doing okay with some of the things that we are dealing with at home and also through work, counseling services and so forth. So that's fantastic to know that we are being taken care of, and our families are also have those services accessible to them. We also have a tuition reimbursement program here at our department that we have a lot of troopers take advantage of. Myself, I actually took advantage of that when I came over. Anthony, you mentioned with your DES role, you help a lot of families, and I, before I became a law enforcement officer, have taken advantage of those services also, like many of you in the chat. So thank you for that. But I also would like to say that you coming over to our department, like I said, you bring over all of that with you, but you also have the opportunity to do many other things within our department. If patrol is not something where you'd like to see yourself long-term, because we are a statewide agency, we do have openings all over the state. So that's also very fun for people like myself who tend to get bored in one role for too long and want to mix it up and try other things. You do need to be a U.S. citizen and a high school graduate or have a GED, be at least 21 years of age upon completion of the academy by the graduation date, and possess a valid driver's license, no felony convictions. And we can get into some of those technicalities during the chat as well. In that chat, you will have myself and Casey, and you'll also have one of our communications center manager, Patty Simpson. She's a great resource and takes great care of us, and she'll be available for questions as well. Ask that some of you have never thought about becoming a law enforcement officer, that you might consider that and look into some of the great options that we have available here at the Arizona Department of Public Safety.
All right. Thank you so much. I was raised by a police officer and a detective and a motorcycle cop and like a school resource officer. He did it all. And he retired, I don't know, 7 years ago, I think now, and is living life with his pension and loving life and all the stuff. And so It is definitely a worthwhile career, and we're so grateful to you and everyone that does serve in this capacity, whether it is a trooper and on the streets or behind the scenes or in all capacities. So thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so moving on to our next speaker. Michael, and Michael actually just mentioned this in the chat a few minutes ago. We've been on the call for about 50 minutes so far. So if you haven't stood up and stretched a little bit, it's time to do that. Make sure you are not sitting and just zoning out and staying active in this call. So thanks for the reminder, Michael. And he is the talent acquisition partner for Flex Technology Group. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you for having us. And you stole my thunder. So I was going to say, everybody get up, take a moment. It's 51 minutes in, I think. So stretch to the right, stretch to the left, take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, let it out, do another, and then we'll jump in. A lot of great speakers so far. It's tough following the troopers, though, because I always feel like I'm not even driving and I feel like I'm speeding. I'm not speeding. It's a tough show to follow. Flex Technology Group, we are probably one of the biggest little known companies in the Valley. We have a little bit to blame for ourselves on that because part of our strategy besides growing organically, we also acquire companies across the country. So we are based out of Mesa, Arizona. That's our headquarters. We have companies across the country under varied names that make up the broader company. So we like to say we're a local company with a national reach. This is serious business looking for work. We understand that. So we'd love to connect to you. So come see us in the after party breakout room. I'm going to drop a joke in here because I always drop jokes and my team knows me for some bad dad jokes. So in the realm of looking for work, did you hear about the psychic who lost her job? Yeah, she didn't see it coming. So there's a bad dad joke for you. You can own that yourself. Flex Technology Group, we are in an industry that is managed print service and office technology. So back in the day, we are copiers, printers, but we're much more than that these days with technology and security and all that go into it. Big customers across the country, Crate and Barrel, Mattel, all the big ones that you can think of, retail, legal, healthcare. But we had PwC come in and do an audit of our company recently, and they walked away saying we are in a class by ourselves. We have no competitors of the level of scope that we have to satisfy customers. And with that, we're bringing on bigger and bigger national accounts every year. So we have folks across the country in varying roles. So if you go to the next slide, that support a sale. So once the sale is made, a lot of people come and touch our customers. So we have opportunities today because of our massive growth and scale. We're nearing a $500 million company. We should hit that this year. We have sales opportunities, sales support opportunities, service. Those are the heroes out there taking care of the equipment day in and day out, or via phone, helping diagnose and fix customer issues, customer care folks, information technology roles in marketing. We'll talk about these with you in the breakout and really share kind of what it is about our company. But if you go to the next slide, when it all comes down to what it is about our company, it's the people that make us who we are. We deal with technology, we deal with equipment, but if it wasn't the people every day doing the most they can for our customers, we would not be where we are. So these are actual pictures of our employees. It took me some time to go around and gather some up. We didn't use any canned, shareable content off the line. These are real people doing things with the company. And as you see, everybody's smiling. One thing that I get a chance to meet a lot of our new hires during orientation and in other engagements, and everybody says the same thing. It's the people they work with every day that make them happy to be here. So this QR code you see on the screen will reach our career site. But while there, take a look. We have a big section about DEI. We're very big in our diversity work that we're doing over the last number of years and super proud of it in the different employer resource groups that we have. Come check us out, but also come to the breakout room. Like I said, it's going to be an after party. It's not just going to be me. It's going to be me and some of my coworkers there to engage with you, talk to you. And, we've got opportunities locally and across the country, a lot of remote work as well these days, as well as hybrids. So might be something there for you, and we're happy to engage and share more.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael. And I even see it in the chat. If your company is anything like you, I know people are really interested in working there. So thank you so much. Go to the after party, everyone, in the Flex group, breakout room. All right. Okay, we're going to move over now to LifeWell, and Jill Honeywell is a talent acquisition specialist. So good morning, Jill. Let's see.
I apologize. I needed to unmute myself. Good morning.
Yes. And Jill, is your video working? We can't see you.
Yeah, let me get that going too. I apologize.
There we go.
Thank you for having me. This is my first time doing a virtual job fair. So I'm one of the talent acquisition specialists here at LifeWell. We're a nonprofit behavioral healthcare organization. We work with the SMI population, so adults who've been diagnosed with severe mental illnesses, as well as substance abuse issues. So we offer a variety of services, in-home direct care, clinical settings, things like that. And then we also have a variety of positions available, from mostly clinical to a few administrative positions at our corporate headquarters, basically. So yeah, we're excited to be a part of this. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. There's ways to apply. We have a QR code on the next page. You can go directly to our website and apply there. Wendy is the other talent acquisition specialist that works with me. And we're happy to answer any questions you might have.
So your positions are more, they're receptionists. If you want to go back one slide, Bree, because that went really fast. I don't know if you mentioned it too much. So case managers, clinicians are like RNs, LPNs, that kind of thing.
Well, clinicians are more direct care. We do have LPNs, we have nurses, we have medical assistants. Yes, all the licensed therapist positions as well.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Great. Thanks for being here, Jill. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. So now again, remember, if you are talking in the chat, and I appreciate so many of you are engaging in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. If you are engaging with the chat, make sure you're connecting on LinkedIn so that you can be connecting even outside of the event today. So now I would like to introduce, let's see, we have Kristen Pruitt. She is a recruitment supervisor with the Sheriff's Office of Maricopa County. So good morning, Kristen.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. I'm just going to touch briefly on Maricopa County and some of our jobs that we offer here. So many people, when you think of Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, you think law enforcement. However, we need a lot more than just officers to run our facility. So while our main focus in terms of filling vacancies, we do, like DPS, have a lot of vacancies for officers, we do also need a lot of administrative type support roles to fill, to support these officers as they are out on the field. Maricopa County, I've been personally working with Maricopa County for over 9 years. And I've been with the Sheriff's Office specifically for just over 5 of those years. I love this agency, and I'm very passionate about working for this agency and helping fill these roles. Maricopa County is the 4th largest county within our nation, covering over 9,000 square miles. That is larger than 4 states. So we are huge in the area that we cover. With that, we have a lot of employees. So our staff, we have over 3,500 employees, and we have a lot of great benefits. You've heard a lot of other great benefits that people have talked about, like because we are a county entity, we do have a lot of public sector benefits to include tuition reimbursement. We offer a retirement plan for our positions. We offer deferred compensation options if you want to contribute more towards retirement. We offer great sick vacation benefits, as well as 10 paid holidays a year. We offer paid parental leave, and we have an upcoming childcare facility coming downtown Phoenix to help support our staff members that need a childcare center. So initially that's going to be geared more towards daytime shifts. However, as a 24/7 operations, they're hopeful that down the road, they're going to be able to accommodate people on all days and shifts to better accommodate our staff and our employees here within Maricopa County. We offer great stability and growth opportunities. Law enforcement is not going away. So we have a lot of stability here and within the office, as well as growth opportunities. So if you want to go ahead and, before we move to the next slide, I just want to talk really what I'm passionate about working with this agency for is our mission. So our mission is working together to safeguard our communities. I'm really passionate about providing back to our communities and making our community a better and safe place for everybody. So if you want to go to the next page. So here is, I went through and I pulled some of our current positions, and I do see such a vast interest level within our chat of what people are looking for. So as you can see here, so these are some of the positions we have posted, but we're posting new jobs all the time. So currently we're looking to fill our officers, but we also have food production workers, supervisors. We do have management roles that you could grow into. We're looking for a firearms examiner, service technicians to work on our food factory equipment. We have custodial staff. We have teachers. We have a lot of IT positions that we're looking to fill. We also post regularly finance, administrative roles, office assistants, dispatchers, call takers, anything you can think of. And I saw a few HR people. We are looking to post a few HR opportunities here in the here really soon. So please don't just think of MCSO as just law enforcement. We have a lot of opportunities to offer anybody looking. And then, so you can apply on our job board, as you saw on the bottom of that last page. Jobs.mcso.org is where you could go to find our current posted positions. So we do have a generic email address that all of our supervisors are constantly monitoring, so we can make sure you get a quick response to any inquiries. So that's our careers@mcso.maricopa.gov. And then we have our main line. Again, our ultimate goal is to get you quick assistance and accurate assistance. So we're giving you the main line so that we can get you to the right person as quickly as possible regarding any of your inquiries. Also, anybody who is interested in an officer position, I just want to throw out here, we are having a walk-in hiring event this Saturday from 10 to 2 at our Maricopa County Sheriff's Office Training Center, where you can walk in and start your background on the spot. That position starts at $25.20 with no experience. You can be 18 years of age and have a high school diploma or GED, or graduating with one of those in the next 90 days, and you can start your background today.
Well, Kristen, thank you so much. It looks like there's some great opportunities. We so appreciate you being here and talking about them. And please make sure you meet Kristen in the breakout room. She'd love to talk to you.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's move over to, Nancy. I just adore her. You guys will see why here in a few minutes. And we have followed her career and worked with her for probably about 7 years now. And I think this is your first time representing Marriott on our stage. And so can you please help me welcome Nancy Stanford? She is an HR manager with Marriott International. Welcome.
Greetings, everyone. I'm excited to be here. Yes, my name is Nancy Stanford. I am the Market Human Resources Manager for Marriott International's 12 full-service Arizona properties in the Phoenix Metroplex. How about you try saying that 5 times fast? We are the #1 hospitality company in the world, and we are hiring. Our take care philosophy is that when you take care of the associate, they'll take care of the customer. And with over 8,300 properties and over 30 brands in 138 countries, we hope you can find new opportunities. We also want you to make valuable contributions and contribute to a more meaningful and compassionate world just by being you. We'll offer you team spirit, coworkers, encouraging leadership, support for a life of well-being and happiness, opportunities to serve and give back to the community, discounts on hotel rooms, gift shop items, food and beverage, competitive benefits including medical, dental, vision,
Hey,
401k.
Nancy, real quick. Nancy, I'm going to stop you real quick because your audio is kind of like in and
In and
out.
out. It happens, to be
Are
honest.
you on earbuds or something?
I'm not. It's my
Okay.
laptop. Should I get a little closer? Is that any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then people, so understand we know Nancy's kind of in and out. She's gonna try and get closer. And then she'll also make sure to re-engage in the chat. So go over there after you're done in case anyone missed anything. But go ahead.
Absolutely. Come meet me in the chat. So here's what we'll offer you. Team spirited coworkers, encouraging leadership, support to live a life of well-being and happiness, opportunities to serve and give back to the community, discounts on hotel rooms, gift shop items, food and beverage, competitive benefits, including medical, dental, vision, 401k and stock options, and career growth opportunities and recognition. So here's what we're looking for, and this should be easy for many of you. We're looking for a warm, people-oriented demeanor, a team-first attitude, and a gift for paying attention to these smallest details. I need you to check out all of those brands, and hopefully they look familiar to you and you see yourself working with them. Next slide. We are hiring, as I mentioned before. We have so many ways to get started here, at least 7 departments to get started in. What do you see that stands out? What area of opportunities do you see? Many of our managers started off in entry roles and are now directors and general managers. So no matter where you start or what position you choose to begin with, we are here to support your upward growth. And you can view these opportunities and more on our job board at www.careers.marriott.com. And last but not least, my contact information is here. If it's listed, if you wish to receive weekly job listings, scan the QR code. And if you wish to visit our job board, scan the apply here QR code. And I will see you in the breakout room. Looks like that's where we're going to meet up. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Nancy. We were having a little bit of tech issues. I think something's auto forwarding on our PowerPoint, but Nancy is going to be in the breakout room. And I just want to reiterate, and Bree's pulling the slide, they'll be back up in a sec. But I just want to reiterate some of the opportunities that they have at Marriott. And again, she said they are all over the world, essentially, but you can find these anywhere. They have, of course, the hospitality room support positions, concierge, cooks, all the hot food and bev, all of the hospitality type positions. And they also have a ton of administrative positions. So sales, events, event coordinators, accounting, HR, and then there's recreation, like throw me on a golf cart and driving around, right? That's probably my husband's dream job, really. They have spa attendants, massage, and then engineering. So people have to keep these places running. So I hope I got all of that, Nancy. But I'm telling you, you guys, I've known Nancy for probably 7 or 8 years, and she's phenomenal to work with, and she will help you through the recruitment process, and she cares about what she's doing. And I know she would not be somewhere she did not love. So thank you again for being here. We really appreciate you. All right. Let's see, Bree, are we, how are we doing on, there we go. It's coming back. All right, so we're going to move on now to somebody else that's just wonderful, you guys. We're going to hear from Northern Trust right now. And LaDonna Korn is here. She's a strategic business manager. Hello, LaDonna.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is LaDonna Korn. I'm from the Northern Trust Company. I've been here 28 years. So this is the type of employee you want to work for. We are a global financial institution. We have 3 business lines available. So anyone in finance, it can be anything in finance. We have technology, we have internal customer service, we have HR, we have a new digital standpoint and plan. So we've been in existence since 1889. So we made 135 years old this year. We have over 24,000 partners, and we offer all the benefits, paid vacations. We have we have the holidays, the 11 calendar holidays. including Juneteenth, which we celebrated yesterday, was brought into the organization and the program over 2 years ago. So when you look at an organization that you want to work for, this organization is one that you can go globally. You can do whatever you want. You can think however big you want to think, and we promote growth. We want to be able to grow our partners. We don't even call them employees. We call all of our partners from the CEO down to the lowest level in the organization. Everyone is a partner. No one is above anybody else. Next slide, please. Now, we are a big component of Arizona and the veterans. We try so hard to get our veterans in. We have different programs. We offer 11 different BRCs. We have a range from everywhere from the military BRCs, Black Business Resource Councils. We have the Anti-Pride, which we are celebrating the whole month of June currently. We have Women in Leadership. We renamed it from disabilities to abilities because we want everyone to feel comfortable when they come into the organization, no matter what your ability is. So those are all 11 business resource councils that we have within our organization. So currently, I am not, as you can tell, I can hoo-ha about Northern Trust because I am proud of this organization. I've been here 28 years. I am in the Tempe location, but I relocated from Chicago. So when you think about your career path, you start from a job and you go to a career. What is it that you want? And I was able to continue to build on my career when I relocated and started a team here. Not being in HR specifically, but I am your Tempe your Tempe strategic manager. So I make sure that we do everything across the board when our D&I is concerned. Next slide, please. We have been awarded several different recommendations here in Arizona and the Chicagoland area and across the globe. We most recently received the Arizona Most Influential Woman Award for one of our partners here on site. We were one of the 3 finalists for the Impact Awards for Exceptional Workplace. And it's because if you can see on the right-hand side, we love to have a good time. We love to keep our partners engaged. We have a team called the Cornerstone Connectors. The Cornerstone Connectors, every month, they do something to just engage their partners. We are on a hybrid schedule. We do come in 3 days a week, but it depends on your business unit on the timing and the days. And it's nothing set in stone. 3 days a week is fine. And you work home remote for the other 2 days. We put on parties. We put on activities. We just had a big Father's Day brunch for our partners that are all male. We let no women in. We served our male partners. So this is what we feel about inclusiveness and within Northern Trust. We also are big in the community. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll see me out in the community every single month. Every month we're representing one of our signature months from our different BRCs, our business resource councils. So we want to make sure that our face and our name is known in the community, all the way from you, Mom, to Valley of the Sun, United Way, down to Arizona Helping Hands, all the way over to the United Food Bank. So wherever there's a need, our partners are ready to roll up their sleeves and go out. Next slide, please. And finally, we have over 52 job postings in Tempe alone. So in the chat you saw, I dropped our link to those different job opportunities. You can look and review those job opportunities. If not, you can go to Careers Northern Trust and you can find all of our jobs that's local. We have an office in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tucson, in Arizona, and then globally. So across the globe, wherever you want to go, come check me out. I'm always here with a smile in a Tempe location. Thanks, and see you in the breakout room. Thanks, Jessica.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And she really does a lot on LinkedIn and does respond. So if you want to be on LinkedIn with her, that's a great place to connect. And she is out in the community. I think the last time I saw you, we were at the Phoenix Chamber Athena Awards, right?
Yes, that's the last time.
She's all around town out there representing, and to be there for 28 years. And somebody even wrote this in the chat. It says something so about you in your company. So All right. Well, thank you for being here. And then I am going to move over now to the president and CEO of Prestige Cleaners, Denise Testori. Good morning.
Good morning. How exciting to be a part of this venue. I've never done one of these, but and it's been a tough act to see these wonderful companies and organizations prior to me. But Prestige is different. Prestige is a local-owned family company that was established over 60 years ago. We're garment care, eco-friendly. We take care of all walks of lives in all parts of their lives. We are full service dry cleaners. We do everything from t-shirts, jeans to your business wear, your formal wear. We actually have a preservation division that does wedding gowns, christening gowns, military uniforms, or maybe those precious baby outfits that you can't let go. We have museum quality. We offer tailoring, alterations. We have pickup and delivery service, which goes beyond just a typical delivery. Our route specialists actually have a certain territory and they get to engage and build relationships with our customers. Each one of our team members are very much part of our customers' lives. Clothing is very personal, and it's unlike most industries like a fast food or what have you. People want and they have the investment in their clothes, whether it's just the time, effort, or getting alterations or what have you, and just those special outfits that make you feel confident when you have those presentations or those family gatherings that are once a year or what have you. We're here to support the community and all their efforts and their lives. Anyways, we're looking for candidates that really like the personalization of working with customers on and on. We have customer service, we have administrative office support, we have route specialists. We really have employees that stay on forever. We have employees with us 40 plus years. We have full benefits. We have the need for more people because we're growing, and we promote within. We generally do not get somebody from outside in a higher level. We may have somebody start at a customer service level, and based on their experience, they move up rapidly and so forth. And then we have people that wish just to remain in that because that is where they feel like they can have the most influence with our customers. We do have full benefits, 401k, PTO. And one of the things that were special, we provide uniforms for our team members. We clean the uniforms free, and we offer to all our employees a free allotment of personal cleaning a week, which is great. You know, we do dry cleaning, we do wet cleaning, laundry, and so forth. It's really easy to get on board with us. Either go through our website, prestigecleaners.com. You can text, you can call, you can go through our LinkedIn app. Basically, we're a small community-minded company. We support the Chamber, Scottsdale Chamber. We do the Sterling Awards. We do the Scottsdale Chamber Leadership Award. We do give back through our numerous clothing drives. We partner with the Phoenix or Scottsdale Fire Department and collect teddy bears for the crisis calls. We collect new packages, underwear. Every year, we're always doing something for the community. We support the schools, and we really are entrenched in the community as well as our employees. Each one of our employees, we know their families, we support their families. Whatever may be happening, our team members step up and help each one of our team. And I look forward to meeting people through the chat. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Denise. Thanks for being here. For any of your support positions that are not customer facing, do you have any remote, or are they all on site at one of your locations?
All on a site.
Okay.
We have no remote.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. So those are on-site positions, but all over the valley if you are in the Phoenix area. All right. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, did you want to say something else? I'm sorry. Okay.
7 locations in Scottsdale. I'm sorry.
That's okay. 7 locations. Awesome. Okay, we are moving into our last company speaking today. And so I just want to preface that by, if you are over in the chat, and you want to connect with some people, make sure you are going in to connect and you're clicking on their links. Now, I know that there's a cap and there's only so many people you can connect with a day. And so you can write down names and connect with them later. But if you want to connect with anyone in the chat, now's the time to do it before we are moving into breakout rooms. All right, I'd like to introduce you to State Farm. Most of you have heard of State Farm before. They have the best commercials. And so I'd like to introduce you to Talent Acquisition Specialist, Morgan Baller.
Thanks, Jessica. Hey, everybody. Excited to be here all with you today. Like Jessica said, my name is Morgan Baller. I am a talent acquisition specialist here at State Farm, which is just a fancy name for recruiters. So I've been with the company for 10 years, so not quite 28 like some of the others, but still a pretty good 10 years. So I'm just excited to share more about the organization. I know Jessica said a lot of you probably know State Farm, maybe from our commercials, or think insurance is just selling insurance, but we're really more than that. So we've been around for over 100 years. We're a very stable organization. We have nearly 60,000 employees, so we're very big, but we feel really small. My favorite piece to working with the organization, and probably what's kept me here for 10 years, is the people. So we do believe in State Farm family, which I think resonates with our employees and transfers down to our customers. And that's allowed us to retain our #1 spot as the top property and casualty insurer in the United States. So we do sell around 100 products through our 19,000 State Farm agents. Fun fact, there is more State Farm agents in the United States than there are McDonald's. So you probably see the agents kind of scattered out throughout neighborhoods or the communities. But really, the ability to sell our products or have the opportunity and the positions available, they all tie back to kind of that customer service aspect of being able to help our customers recover from the unexpected, make life go right, and be there like a good neighbor. I'll just point out before Bree switches the slides that in the top right corner there, you can see our facility in Tempe, Arizona. That's where most of our hybrid positions or in-office positions are going to be if you're located out here in Arizona. So on this screen, if you have your phones on you, you can scan our QR code there. It'll take you straight to our career site where you can find open opportunities. Our needs are changing constantly, so that's a good way to connect and kind of see what's available at this time. But if not, you'll be able to find that at jobs.statefarm.com. You can filter by your category of interest, or you can filter by location, or if you're looking for remote or hybrid opportunities. We have a variety of positions that range from technology to human resources, claims, underwriting, customer service. Some of the ones that I'd like to point out today, at least for our Arizona location to think about, are our care center specialists. So think about those customer service representatives, as well as our claim associates and underwriting employees. Customer service is core to that, but we're looking for folks who have like the ability to work on computers, who have empathy, who know how to be there like a good neighbor. But if you don't ever see what you're looking for while you're out there right now, again, our needs are changing. So you can see at the top ribbon there, you can join our talent neighborhood, which is a really great way to set alerts and be notified directly when positions of your interest become available. And then I'd also just like to point out that from this page, it's a really great way to learn about our benefits, learn about our culture and our process as well. There's a lot of really great links on our jobs.statefarm.com where you can learn a little bit more about our company. And then on the last slide here, so again, if you have your phone on you, we love QR codes. On the left there, that QR code is going to have you check in with us. So for attending the event, we'll follow up and say, hey, thanks for attending the Career Connectors event. If you want to stay in contact, here's how you do that. Or on the right-hand side there, that's going to take you to my LinkedIn account where you'll be able to connect with me on LinkedIn and it also has my email address. But I'll drop my LinkedIn as well as the link to the QR code on the left into the chat so you guys can have that too. But excited to connect with you all in the breakout rooms. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. I have a couple questions for you real quick. I know you guys have hybrid positions. Do you have fully remote positions?
We do. So hybrid, I think, is where we live. We like to have that ability to be in person and then be virtual and have that flexibility from home. But we do have some remote positions based on the department or the skill set that we're looking for, just like we'll have some solely in-office positions if the work requires it. Most are going to be hybrid.
And I know you have positions all over, but where are your main hubs?
Yeah, our main hub. So I've seen a lot of folks from Georgia. We do have a hub in the Dunwoody, Georgia, so Atlanta metro area. We have a hub in Richardson, Texas, so kind of that Dallas-Fort Worth area. Our headquarters is in Bloomington, Illinois, so a few hours south of Chicago. And then our hub location out here in Tempe, Arizona.
Awesome. And one more thing, this was asked a couple times in the chat. Do all of your positions require a license, or what does that look like?
That's great. We get some like really excited job seekers sometimes who like to go out and, be proactive and get licenses. Most of the time, if our positions are going to require a license, like a property and casualty license to sell insurance or an adjuster's license to process claims, that's something that we do through training. We have a phenomenal training program. State Farm's going to help you through that process because it is tedious. We have great trainers who know the material. So we're there to help you too as you work through training.
Awesome. Thank you. That's great.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for being here. I remember a couple years ago, we had somebody from State Farm presenting positions. And this is when all of our events were just in the Phoenix area and they were all in person. And I remember she was standing on stage and she was telling about the positions that you were hiring. And she had said that they were hiring a drone operator. And it cracked me up because I was like, what? Did she say drone operator?
Yeah, we have a big variety of positions. So believe it or not, you're going to find those like aviation pilots, drone operators. It ranges a lot.
Yeah. So make sure you take a look at State Farm and we'll walk you guys through how to get into the breakout rooms in just a moment. We don't have them open yet. So I want to go through a couple things. Thanks again, Morgan, for being here. I'd like to go through a couple things to close us out, and then we will move into the networking time. So first of all, we really appreciate any feedback you guys can give us. You can send anything you'd like to contact@careerconnectors.org. We do hiring events, in-person ones throughout Arizona. We do these live virtual ones a handful of times a year. We have one coming up in September, another live virtual hiring event. And then we do monthly career events also. And so the career events are really resources and we bring out resume writers, career coaches, etc. But so if you have any feedback, we would love to hear it. But listen up, if you've kind of checked out, listen up right now. I need your help with something. For us to continue to get funding to provide these types of events, we need some information from you. And the information is going to be some demographic stuff, some feedback on the event. It can be confidential. It doesn't have to be, but we're going to drop in the chat right now a link to a survey. It's going to just take you not even a minute to fill it out. So if you could click on that link in just a second, Wendy's going to be dropping it in. Click on that link, and then there it is, Career Connector Survey. Click on that link, go out, take it. We're going to let you do it right now. And then as soon as you are done answering those couple questions, come back to the chat and type in done. Because what we're going to do is give away an Amazon gift card right now. And it's only we're going to give away an Amazon gift card for someone that has completed the survey. So if you can just go ahead and do that, Wendy, drop in the chat another time just in case so people don't have to. There we go. She's dropping it occasionally. Click on that link. Thank you, everyone. Vanessa, Jacob, thank you. Click on that link. Go fill out the couple questions so we can include data, not your name, but data in our grant applications. Then come back here and type in done, and we'll let that run for a minute, and then we'll announce a winner in just a moment. Okay, a couple resources I want to make you guys aware of. And somebody actually, there were some questions about this in the chat. If you know somebody that needs to hear this information, It's always available. Any of our virtual events are available on our website. We record them. And so there is a webinars recording link on our website. Even if you go to the main page, careerconnectors.org, under events, you can see recordings. Any of the events we have done virtual in the last 3 years are posted there. So we have other hiring events out there, but we also have information on salary negotiation, how to have a strong LinkedIn profile, how to utilize artificial intelligence, how to have a killer resume, those kind of things. You can watch any of those recordings back. So that's our link. We also have something called a DISC assessment we provide for free for anybody that would like it. This offers some feedback for you to behavioral style. So it'll tell you a little bit about your behavioral style, your key strengths, your ideal work environment. It'll probably take you 10, 15 minutes. And again, no cost. So you can complete the DISC assessment. It is on our website under the resources section as well. Thank you everyone for completing it. I'm getting tons of dones in the chat. Also, we are all over social media. And so we have a LinkedIn group, and then we're on Instagram, Facebook. We're just kind of getting started on TikTok, but we have the other ones, and we use LinkedIn all the time. So connect to our group on LinkedIn. And of course, like I had told you all earlier, I'd be happy to connect with you as well. We have lots of partners that make this nonprofit happen. And so thank you so much to our partners. We appreciate you. And if you, I don't know if Jenna is here today. Bree, text me and let me know, please, if Jenna is here today. Best Companies AZ and they are Best Companies USA have an organization. Okay, she's here. Oh, Denise is here too. Yay. Okay, so Best Companies AZ and Best Companies USA has, they're a partner of ours. Denise Gredler is the CEO and founder of Best Companies AZ, and she actually helped me launch this organization 15 years ago. So she has a heartbeat for us and what we do. And so if you want to move on, Bree, to the next slide, just a little bit about Best Companies AZ is they care about careers, and they work with award-winning companies in Arizona, of course, and then throughout the United States. And so all of the companies they work with are award-winning companies. And so here are some of the types of awards these companies work with. And then these are some of the companies on this slide. And a couple of them on the slide actually are represented here today, like Achieve, Northern Trust. They're both also here. But Denise and Jenna would love to talk to you in the breakout room if you are interested. And most of these companies have remote positions as well. And so they would love to talk to you about some of that. They will have a breakout with more information. Thanks, ladies, for being here today. All right, so we also have a training company that we work with called LearnKey that has offered to give out a couple free training programs to anyone that is part of our Career Connectors. And so they are a global online training program, and they offer certifications and soft skill training. And you know, something interesting I learned, a report just came out of the top 10 soft skills that an employer is looking for: communication, good communication, decision-making, being able to actually make a decision and move forward with it. So there's all of these type of skills, both soft skills and certifications that they offer. So it's short-term training, and the two that they give away for free, one is a cybersecurity training, and the other one is a soft skill around building trust and credibility. And so if you are interested in either of those or any of the plethora of other courses that they have available, you can connect with them through our website. And I think someone from my team is going to drop the link, but it's also on our website. You can connect directly with them and take those trainings for free. We will also include the link to this in the email you are going to get later today. And so that email will include a link to all the job boards. Okay, thank you. Please don't call it soft skills, but essential skills. Okay, I'll have to train our employers too. I'll call it essential skills. I guess that's a new word. I'm just not up on the new language. So essential skills, thank you. So we are going to send you an email that's going to have all of this information from today, and it will include all of those links that I mentioned. Okay, so here's our upcoming regular virtual events that we had talked about. I love this one. The next one we do once a year. And when I asked you all at the beginning, what are some of the things that you have as a hurdle? This came out over and over. And so we have one of our favorite presenters. Her name is Brenda Mariah, and she always tells me to say this. She is over 40. She's not working in the career in which she is experienced. She is a African-American female. And so she's like, and I don't have the education that I should for the job I'm in. So she hits all the criteria to talk about this topic. And so it's the career obstacle course. She goes there, you guys, and she talks about it and how to adjust your resume and your LinkedIn profile and how to show that you can do the job regardless of anything. And show that you're the best candidate. So she's so good. I encourage you to be there on Thursday, July 11th. And then we have Working Smarter, Not Harder. I'm just going to keep saying this with one of my favorite speakers, Justin. He really is too. He's going to talk about AI and how it can assist in the job search. And not only that, you walk away with a handout that we sent it to you, but that has what is AI? How do I use it? What do I put in the search for your job search? And so if you've never used AI, this is a great entry into it and how to use it. And then September 5th, it's Update Your Resume Month in September. And we do a red hot resume panel with 3 of the best professional, smart resume writers around. And they will talk about how to get through the applicant tracking software, how to make sure their eyeballs get to your resume, the format, what you should be doing. And it's fantastic. And not only that, then we have breakout sessions where you get to go talk to them and ask questions about your resume. And we do the coaching at every event as well. So lots and lots of good stuff. I could go on for days on the value and what you get out of these events. So if you are in career transition or know somebody in and know someone in, send them our information because it's so good. It's so good. And I encourage you to be there. All right. Then if you are in Arizona, specifically Pinal County, we just signed a contract with Arizona at Work Pinal County to give workshops at no cost around resume writing, interviewing, where the jobs are, networking and branding, LinkedIn, and on and on and on. And so we are bringing in some great instructors that know what they're talking about. These are in person, but some of them are virtual. But if you are as well, but if you're in Pinal County, we'd love to have you at these, and this will go out in your email as well. All right, you guys, we are a nonprofit organization. If you are interested in volunteering, we would love, love, love to have you. And you can check out our information at careerconnectors.org/volunteer. All right, I am looking up right now who the winner is. I know somebody sent me a text. Okay, the winner of the $25 gift card is, I don't know, the drums. Can someone play drums? I don't know. The winner of the gift card is Lisette Cantillo. Lisette, yay! So we're going to be sending you a text message. Let's see, our admin is here tomorrow. Should be tomorrow, a text message tomorrow with the link to your Amazon gift card. So if you get a weird message that says you won a $25 gift card, that's real. It's not spam. It's from our team. And so you'll get that hopefully tomorrow. So if you don't hear from us by tomorrow night, in a day tomorrow, just message us and we'll make sure you get it. So sometimes the texts don't go through or people think it's spam or whatever, but make sure you let us know and we'll get it to you. Yay. Okay. If you are interested in, after you land your next job, we are a nonprofit organization and we do everything we can to raise enough funds to continue providing the services we have and to continue expanding our services. And so if you would like to donate to Career Connectors, we would so appreciate it. And you can give forward after you land. We will be doing a campaign in a couple months for Arizona, let's see, Arizona Gives Day, we just did that one, or Arizona Gives Day is coming up, and Giving Tuesday is coming up. towards the end of the year. So we do a couple campaigns a year, but anytime you are interested in giving, you can go and find us on our website. So thank you again for being here. I'm going to move it over to Bree, and Bree is going to tell you a little bit about how to get into breakout rooms, and then I'll come back and we'll help you out. But I want you all to know, me and my team, we are praying for you all that you do land into the career of your dreams. Thanks for being here. Thanks for engaging in the chat, and Bree, off to you.